Universal Park unlike any other in the world, and we're wildly excited.
That's just part of the announcement from Universal's CEO, causing a lot of chatter this morning. That theme park may be headed for Frisco. A big deal for North Texas because there are only 2 other Universal locations in the entire country.
So we want to say good morning to Ariel Placencia, who's in studio with us. Ariel, people have not stopped talking about this online, and it's not all good.
Good and bad, right? As with anything, you've got people on both sides of the issue. Lots of people talking about it on social media and also sharing this very bright and colorful rendering of the proposed concept of what could be coming to Frisco. Take a look at this. Think interactive shows, character meet and greets, and obviously a lot of kid-friendly rides. Universal said that this is really aimed at families with young children, specifically kids under the age of 10. And when you look at the makeup of Frisco, about 42% of residents are families with young kids. And speaking of Frisco, look, it's no secret, right? It has been growing and growing fast. Take a look at this time lapse from Google Maps. Over 2 decades ago, lots of green farmland, and then bam, this large city appears. That's just over 20 years. And honestly, you've probably noticed the development as well, happening on both sides of the Dallas North Tollway, specifically in the area where they're proposing to put this new theme park. You've got the new PGA headquarters there, the Omni. Obviously, this is where they're proposing to put the Universal theme park, even a campus by UNT. So you can imagine residents in this area pretty concerned about traffic and congestion. Well, they got together at a meeting yesterday and they talked about it.
Keeping those of us that live in Cobb Hill from using the north exit of our home every day.
When I bought my first house here, the access road to get to my neighborhood was a dirt road, and now it's basically a 3-lane highway.
So traffic, obviously a big issue that people are talking about when it comes to this, but here's what else people are saying. So Kelly says, why aim it to kids 10 and under? That eliminates my family altogether, maybe kids with, people with kids over 10. And then Linda agrees, we want one for teens and adults first. Everything around here is for little kids. And then how about Kristen here? She says, this is terrible news for Frisco. If I wanted to live near a theme park, I would live in Arlington. Remember, Six Flags headquartered in Arlington. And then last but not least, some people are super pumped though, right? Ian says, if Harry Potter World comes to DFW, I will lose my mind and all of my money. So of course, people on both sides, some excited for this and some maybe not so much. Of course, that side, the not being excited, traffic and congestion. Want to bring in my colleague, Tashara Parker. Tashara, I know if and when this thing's open, you are going to be very busy talking about that area.
And certainly watching that area to see exactly what happened. You heard Ariel mention that neighbors for sure in that area are concerned about the project and what potential construction will mean for their daily commute. Maybe you drive through Frisco and maybe you have your own questions. So we're going to get into the traffic impacts. Now, the park will be built near the Dallas North Tollway and Panther Creek Parkway. Now, that's just south of that is Cobble Hill neighborhood, and you heard one of the folks that live there mention it. Memorial High School also nearby, neighbors raising their concerns. But we talked to a member of the North Texas Council of Governments who doesn't think this will be too much of a problem, especially for your daily drive to work.
The demand for a park does not mirror the same demand that we have in the transportation system in that area. Huge AM peak period congestion, huge PM peak period congestion, largely weekday, not night, not weekend.
Now, Frisco's mayor also thinks housing, office buildings, and hotels will be the main source of congestion in that area. Now, we don't know what kind of closures we'll see for this construction, but we do know the park's entrance will be off the Dallas North Tollway, and developers think that will ensure that cars stack up on the park site. I interpret that as meaning it won't stack up on the actual highway. We'll see, though. Tara, back over to you.
Yeah.